Coach, before we get started with questions, why don't you give us your thoughts on the last game against Arkansas State and this upcoming game against Idaho?
Yeah, just first of all, give some credit to Arkansas State, the way they came out and played and kept fighting. And disappointed in the way we turned the football over and, basically giving them 14 points there. And during the first half, it kept close to the game. And then in the second half, we didn't play well and came out and, really didn't have a chance after toward the end of the third quarter. So, kind of licked the wounds a little bit over the last couple of days, and then when it came back out on Sunday, get ready for Idaho this week.
Thank you very much, Coach. As a reminder to our members of the media, please press star 1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Again, that's star 1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Coach, can you just talk about your defense play all year? You've consistently ranked inside the top 30 in total defense this year. What's been the key to their success?
Well, I think overall this year we've done a good job of staying on top of receivers and not giving up the big play, and then, really rallying to the football. I think those two things have really helped our defense and been able to, get pressure to quarterbacks. I think overall that's been the case. We didn't do that as much, and we've been creating some turnovers. So we didn't do that this past weekend, and, we gave up some big run and some big passing plays, and we didn't get any turnovers. So, it was a disappointing thing this past weekend. But overall, for the whole season, our defense has been solid, and, obviously we want to get back on track again this week defensively.
Thank you very much, Coach. Our first questions come from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach. This is Matt Robertson with the Jonesboro Sun. Just had a couple of questions. First, just what was your impression with the Arkansas State defense? Obviously, they've had a lot of changes there on that side of the ball this year.
Mm-hmm.
What was your impression with them?
Well, I think, number one, they run well overall on defense, and I think that's why they've been able to cause a lot of turnovers this year. That's one of the things that they do really well is creating turnovers. And I'm not sure where they are, and they're probably, I know top 2 or 3 in the country in creating turnovers, and then not only creating turnovers, they're taking those back and into scoring plays, just like they did against us. Mm-hmm. So they've been a team defensively that's really, really puts the offense in a bind when you start taking the ball away. So overall, team speed, I think, is what is their strength.
That particular quarterback sack fumble that went for a touchdown against you guys, just how big of an impact do you feel like that play had on the outcome of that game?
Yeah, that was huge. I think, I don't know if it was back-to-back drives we had when we turned the football over. One, we turned it over inside the 10. They scored the next play offensively. And then, of course, that one right there was a big play, where they got pressure on us and Taylor Land didn't see him coming from behind. He strips it, and then, 42 picks it up and runs it in. So that was huge. And that really kept them in the game there. We scored a couple of touchdowns early, and they kept them right there within striking distance. And then, of course, in the second half, they really turned it on. But that kept them in. Who knows what would have happened if they hadn't done that and we got a couple of scores up.
Do you feel like that turnover or that particular play kind of gave ASU some momentum, at least put some life back in them?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime I think you can score on defense, you're getting big-time life on the opposing team. And whoever's team scores. And so, but they got almost back-to-back turnovers there and turned them into a quick 14 points. And, and our defense was playing pretty good at that point in time. But, once now you look at the scoreboard and you almost got a tied ball game, and that's a huge difference, huge momentum for Ark State in that case.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you very much, Matt. And, Coach, just why don't you give us your thoughts on Idaho coming up? They, they're playing much better this season as opposed to last season and come in with one of the best quarterbacks in the conference and one of the best rushing attacks with Elijah Penny and Matt Linehan.
Yeah, absolutely. Our offense is probably one of the better offenses in our league. Linehan does an outstanding job of spreading the ball around. He also has pretty good legs, can run. And then, then they can get you with Penny, a really big back, a physical runner that's really had an outstanding year this year, putting up some big numbers. And so you put the passing game in Penny, they're a hard offensive stop. They've scored a lot of points on just about everybody they played. Certainly. And they've had some big leads, in the last few games, especially early in the games. And then, give them away toward the end. But they're a dangerous team, no question.
All right, Coach, that's all the questions we have for you today. We appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks.